I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed.
G'day guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Through Glass by Stone Sour, which is an awesome tune. Now for the basics of this song, first off, you'll need to get your guitar into flat tuning. So in flat tuning, your strings will be tuned to E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. If you currently don't have a tuner, my suggestion is to download the Fender Tune app. In the Fender Tune app, you can then go to the settings and you can select flat tuning. And that's probably one of the easiest ways of getting to flat tuning if you don't have a physical guitar tuner. So once you're in flat tuning, you're good to go. If you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to improve in guitar in general, then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Okay, so let's start with the intro, which has 2 lines of tab. We're going to start with the C5 power chord shape. So I'm going to play that with my index finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string and pinky finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string. Now technically with the 2nd string note that we're going to hit, this is a C major 7, but I'm just going to call it C5 for simplicity because that's the actual chord shape we're fretting. So we're going to pluck the 5th string, 4th string, and then the open 2nd string by itself. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for the second bar, we're just going to shift this exact shape up 2 frets, so to 5th and 7th, and we're going to pluck the exact same strings. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then for the third bar, we'll shift this exact same shape up another 2 frets, so to 7th and 9th, and we're going to pluck the open 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd. So down, 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 up. And then we're going to end with 2 more plucks, the 4th string and then the 5th string. And all together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're going to play that twice. And in total, the first line of tab, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now for the second line of tab, it's almost the same, except when we get to our 3rd bar, we're just going to hit the open 6th string and let that ring out for 2 bars. So that's it for the intro, which sounds like this. Okay, so next we get to chorus number 1. So it's really easy, there's 2 lines of chords here. We're going to start with a C add 9 chord shape, and then we're going to go to a D, and an E minor. And then the 4th bar is E minor to D within 1 bar. For the first 3 bars, we're going to play a strumming pattern that goes like this. Down, 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 down. And that will sound like this. For the 4th bar, we'll play the exact same strumming pattern, except we have 2 chords within the strumming pattern, and we'll change to that D on the end beat after the 3. So the last bar. Now the second line of chords is almost identical, except when we get to our E minor, we're just strumming that and holding it out. So the first chorus. Before we continue on, I want to basically just mention that that first line of chords, the C, D, E minor, D, is basically the chord progression that we're going to use throughout the entire song. The only thing that differs throughout the song is perhaps the way we play the chords, so different variations of those chords, and the strumming patterns and the rhythms differ. But at its core, it is that one chord progression the whole way through. So let's get to the verse, and as I mentioned, it's the same chord progression, but we're just going to be playing it with these power chord shapes. So C, D, our E5, and then E5 and back to D. Now for these chord shapes, I've called them 5 chords, so power chords, but in actual fact, we're allowing the second and third strings to ring open with the power chord. So their names are actually slightly different, but I'm just calling them the 5 chords for simplicity. So we'll just focus on the middle 4 strings for each chord. Now we're going to strum each chord with a down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. So that will sound like this for the first 3 chords. For the final bar, we have our E5 down to D5 within the 1 strumming pattern, and the point at which we'll change will be on the end beat after the 3, so it'll sound like this. Now when you're playing the C5 and the D5, it's really important that you don't let the open 6th string ring out when you're playing these chords. So one thing I like to do is use my free middle finger here to lightly touch the 6th string as I'm fretting the chord, and that way, even if I hit the 6th string, it's not going to ring out. Now when you get to the E5, it's totally okay to then let the open 6th string ring out because it's the same root note. But when you're playing the D5 and the C5, really be sure not to let that 6th string ring out. So the verse in total will sound like this. And that's just repeated through 3 times. Next we get to chorus 2, which is the same chords as chorus 1, except now we're adopting that strumming pattern that I taught you in the verse. So it will sound like this. After chorus 2, there's another verse, and then we get to chorus number 3. Now, chorus number 3 is basically the same as chorus 2, except we're playing this first line of chords through 4 times. Now, the 4th time we play through the progression, when we get to the E minor, we're actually going to change our strumming pattern and start building it up to the bridge. So we're going to be just strumming at 8th notes, all down strums, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for the 4th bar, it's the same, except on the end beat after the 3, we change to the D. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So the 4th time round, we play this chord progression in chorus 3. Next, we get to the bridge, and there's 2 lines of chords here. So for the first line of chords, we're going to be playing the power chord variations of the chord shapes. Our strumming pattern is going to go something like this for the first 2 chords. We're going to go down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now the first 2 strums are where we're going to actually let the chord ring out. And then for the rest of it, lift your fretting fingers and we're just going to strum muted strums. So down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Notice how I only fret on those first 2 down strums, and then for the rest of it, I'm lightly touching the strings, so they're muted. We're going to do that for the first 2 chords. And then for the last 2 bars, we just return back to our regular strumming pattern. So that's it for the first line of chords, which sounds like this. That line of chords is played through twice, and for the second line of chords, it's basically a return back to the chorus chords, which are more of those open chord shapes. After the bridge, there's a break, and the break is very similar to the intro, with a couple of exceptions. Now, the only difference here is the first 2 bars. So we're actually going to strum the C add 9 and the D, and then everything else is the exact same as the intro. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. and then we get to chorus 4. Now, chorus 4, we're going to use the power chord shapes, but our strumming pattern is just going to be all down strums at 8th notes because it's a build-up sort of chorus. And again, for that final bar, E5 down to the D5, the changes on the end beat after the 3. So chorus 4 would just sound like this. And we're just repeating that through twice. At the very start of that, you could implement some palm muting as well. So put the fleshy bit of your palm lightly on the edge of the bridge. And that way you can add some more dynamic to your build up and slowly release that palm muting as you progress through that chord progression. The final thing to learn is the outro, which has that same chord progression that we've been using throughout the entire song. For the first half, we're just using the typical strumming pattern that we had. And then the 5th time we play this chord progression, it's just going to be all down strums at 8th notes. And for the final line of chords, we just end on an E minor and hold that out. If you want to see everything in context, just go to the playthrough at the end of the song. But as I mentioned at the start of this video, it is that one chord progression played the whole way through. We're just varying the different strumming patterns that we're using and the different ways that we're playing the chords. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of the song and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. How do you feel? That is the question, but I forget you don't expect to know the answer. Something like so because you initialized and folded up like paper dolls and little notes. You can't expect a bit of hope. So while you're outside looking in, describing what you see, remember what you're staring at is me. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. How much is real? So much to question. Epidemic of magnetic is contaminating everything we thought came from the heart. Never did right from the start. Just listen to the noises, avoiding dead voices. Before you tell yourself it's just a different scene. Remember, it's just different from what you've seen. Looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. And it's the stars that shine for you. And it's the stars that light in you, yeah. And it's the stars that shine for you. And it's the stars that light in you, yeah. Looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here, or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.